If you don't ever want to share your husband with any other woman in the form of side chicks, slay queens, baby mamas and Jezebels, then you have to watch this video to the end, because I'll be sharing with you the secrets to loving and keeping your husband faithfully committed to only you for the rest of your marriage, relationship and family life. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Ayodele Peters. We talk everything love, relationship, marriage and family life. Subscribe to this channel, put on the notifications so that you are notified every time we share a new video. Nowadays, most of us go into marriage with every intention of changing our husbands right after the wedding. Then we spend years of our married life trying to do just that, suggesting what he should do, where he should go, how he should eat, and all manner of things, wasting our time and our energy, only for the poor man to retreat to his shell, deciding never to communicate with this stranger who was once his bride. So ladies, the first secret to loving and keeping our husbands is accept him the way he is. Yes, accept the man, your husband, the way he is. Obviously, you saw him that way. You saw the way he eats, the way he talks, the way he dresses, the way he laughs, all during the period of your courtship and relationship, and you decided to marry him. So allow him be. Now you are married to him. Stop struggling and trying to change him. If you were okay with all that while you were in relationship and courtship, why are you suddenly not okay with him being that way now you are married? You need to accept your husband the way he is. Allow him to be free around you, to be free in the house. Your home is supposed to be his own heaven, where he runs to and feels safe and secure. He's not supposed to be feeling tensed and pressured and under a microscope in his own house. So as his wife, stop nagging him about where he kept his shoes, how he eats, how he talks. The Bible says a husband prefers a quiet corner on the rooftop than a spacious room with a nagging and contentious wife. Rather than struggle to train your husband and change him, lovingly accept him the way he is. When you accept him the way he is convinced that you love him. So please, let's make our husband feel important and loved by accepting him. Accepting our husband the way they are is in terms of their lifestyle, like how they dress, how they eat, how they talk, the way they do things. You shouldn't have a problem with that. They have a deficiency or inadequacy in their emotional makeup, like being unable to control his temper, being abusive, violent and stuff like that. You don't have to nag them to change them from such inadequacies. There are steps to follow in order to get them to develop the right qualities that they will need for you to enjoy your marriage with them. And we've already covered that in our previous video, where we looked at the right steps to nurture the right qualities in our spouse. You can check our previous video. If you won't accept his idiosyncrasies, another woman might. So please, let's take note of this. A good wife caters to her husband's idiosyncrasies. She makes his home a heaven, a place where he can run to. She allows him that priceless luxury of unqualified acceptance whenever he's with her. So accepting your husband the way he is, his strengths, his weaknesses, the way he eats, the way he talks, the way he dresses and whatever, is one step to loving and keeping your husband. Your husband needs your acceptance most of all during his times of apparent failures. If he's low already, don't put him down any further. Don't compare him with another person. Don't compare him with other men. He needs you to accept him. Don't tell him, shebi I told you so, shebi I told you do it like this. He doesn't need to hear that at that moment. So accepting your husband the way he is his strengths and weaknesses is the first step in loving and keeping your husband so as to enable you enjoy your marriage. So the second secret to loving and keeping your husband is admire him. Yes, our husband needs to be admired. They yearn for it. When last did you admire your husband? You are the only person your husband needs to make him feel special. No matter all the admiration, the awards, the accolades he receives out there, your own admiration is the one that makes him feel complete and fulfilled. So as his wife, you need to constantly admire your husband. What were those qualities? What were those things that attracted you to him in your days of courtship before you got married? I'm sure those things are still there. So you should keep admiring him daily. Tell him what you love about him. His body, his job, his hobbies, his strengths. Let him know he's your hero. Pick out his most masculine characteristics and let him know they please you. So wives, let's keep admiring our husband on a daily basis. Admire him when he dresses up for work in the morning. He comes out. I'll be the first to tell him, honey, you're looking sharp. This your combination today, this shirt and this trouser matching so perfectly. Haircut is this. Keep on admiring. Be the first person to always admire him. When you notice something new on him or about him, admire him for it. Shower him with your compliments. Let him not be starved of your compliment. When you do this, no matter the compliments and the admiration he gets out there, it will not bother him much because he is getting enough from home, from his wife. Admiration, you can even make him do what he would not do when you nag him. So let's keep admiring our husbands. Admire him on a daily basis. This is another secret to loving and keeping your husband. The third secret to loving and keeping your husband is adapt to him. Yes, adapting to him. What causes most problems in marriages today is the conflict of two separate egos. Your viewpoint versus his viewpoint. When the two of them agree, then it is fine. But when your viewpoints don't agree, then there is problem. And this is what happens in most marriages. So how can these two different egos fuse together to become one without conflict? This is simple. The Bible has already given the solution for this. In the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22, God says, wives, submit to your husband. This means that we as the wives, we are to adapt to their way of life, adapt to his way of life, adapt to him, submit to him. When your viewpoint is different from his, adapt to him. He is the head. You don't want to submit to a man, you don't want to submit to any man, then it's better you stay single. But if you must marry, then be ready to submit, be ready to adapt to your husband's way of life. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that women are inferior to men, no. And I'm not saying that all women should be under all men, no. What I'm saying is that you as the wife should be under the leadership of your own husband. That is, you are submitting to him, you are adapting to him. So unless a wife adapts to her husband's way of life, conflicts are going to keep occurring and occurring in that marriage, and you won't be able to keep your husband in that home faithfully committed to you, because men don't like where there is no peace. He will look for somewhere else where he will get peace. So allow your husband to be the head, adapt to him, submit to him. You are his helper. You are supposed to be his companion, not his competitor, not his competition, not his rival. You are a team. You are supposed to work together to make that marriage work, to make that home great. So adapt to him, adapt to his way of life, to his ambitions, to the plans he has for his life and for the family. Don't be a stumbling block, don't be a roadblock, don't be a distraction or a detraction to him. When you choose to adapt to your husband's way, even in the times when you desperately may not want to, you find that your husband will gratefully respond to you by trying to make it up to you. You see him even spoiling you with some goodies because he knows the effort, the sacrifice you're making to make him feel important. Adapting to his way will not always be easy, but it is the right thing to do as far as you are the wife, you are the woman in that union. Now hold on, I know what you may be thinking. You may say, what of when he's making the wrong decision? Yes, there are times when he might take some decisions that are not really the best decisions, and then you know that you are pointing that to him, but he still wants to do it the way he feels is right. You as his wife, you should still support him, still go along with him, still adapt to him. Don't, because you know that that decision is a wrong one, wage a war against him. Will you rather be happy to win the war and lose your marriage or lose your husband? So if he wants to go along with his way, even when his way doesn't seem to be the right way, go along with him, adapt to him, and then prayerfully support him. When you see he's making a wrong decision concerning an issue, you can take it up in prayer. A man does not want a nagging wife, neither does he want a doormat. He wants a wife with dignity and with opinions, who will still leave the final decisions to him. Marriage is much easier when you simply tell him your preferences but still let him make the final decisions. When you trust his judgment completely, he will be very careful in taking decisions and will not even leave you out of that process. It is only a woman that surrenders her will to her husband that becomes really beautiful to him. She becomes his priceless jewel of inestimable value, his queen. The fourth secret to loving and keeping your husband is appreciate him. Yes, appreciate your husband. An ungrateful wife is no joy to her husband. Yet so many wives are very guilty of this. We take for granted the little things that our husbands do for us, and this is not right. Those simple words, thank you, mean a lot and can do a whole lot more for us in our marriages if we can learn to use them often to our husbands. Let's stop and ponder on our gratitude level. Is it on point or is it at a very low level? Do you appreciate the basic things your husband knocks himself out to provide? Do you appreciate the things your husband does for you? Or are you that wife that is always claiming her right, claiming is her right? There are so many husbands out there who are not doing anything in their homes, and here you have a wonderful loving husband who is doing all that he can, the little things he's doing. You should appreciate him for that. A wife will never be grateful if she keeps claiming her rights. Don't let claiming of rights keep you from appreciating your husband. Appreciate everything he does for you. I know he may not be doing much of all that you want him to do, but at least those little ones he is able to do, those little ones he is doing, thank him for it. The more you appreciate him for the little he's doing, you'll be eager to do more and more for you. When he gives you a gift, his only reward is to see how excited you are. When he does something for you, he's excited to see how pleased you are. Don't take them for granted. Don't take him for granted. If he's not being appreciated, he will not be willing to do more. So this is it, guys. My keys on how to love and keep your husband. Number 1, accept your husband the way he is. Number 2, admire him every day. Number 3, adapt to his way. And number 4, appreciate him for everything he does for you. I hope that these tips I've shared with you from my personal experience helps you in your relationship, marriage and family life. If you'd like more of this, click on any of the videos on the screen to watch more. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, put on the notification so that you are notified every time I share a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.